people, I'm not a fan of big fancy introductions. We could list my resume, but that would imply that you must pay attention to me because of my resume. And that would be sort of teaching by authority rather than teaching because you've thought about how you might communicate and how you might make sense to who's listening. That should matter more than whatever your pedigree is. Okay, pedigree is a start, but there are a lot of highly pedigreed idiot people out there. And so if you start choosing only who you're going to listen to based on their academic degrees, okay, maybe that's better than not listening to someone. But if you see warring factions and they all bring forth their academic pedigree, it's time for you to do some thinking on your own. Yeah, so that's the big challenge. And that's why we're in such a big mess today, because we have people denying what is objectively true. We have people who are cherry picking information presented to them because they want to deny that which makes them feel uncomfortable, or they want to only embrace that which serves their cultural, political, religious, economic philosophies, right? And that's not a way to become connected to what is objectively true in the world. So yeah, it is a challenge. So here's what you might do. What you would say is, all right, there are all these people who present themselves as experts, and I don't know who to believe. So in the end, it's not a matter of believing one person versus another person. It's a matter of seeing what is the larger body of evidence telling us? Because evidence matters here, not how loudly I speak to you. You have never seen me. Okay? Someone is telling me something that's a little odd. Let me see what others are saying. And you have to be honest with yourself about this. You want to comb what is out there. Now, the internet is kind of contaminated in this way. You just type in something you're looking for, you'll find it, giving you the false sense that what you think is true. So what you want to look up different sites. Yes, you look up government sites, you look up corporate sites, look up academic sites, and look to see where the trend lines are. And if you want to cherry pick the one thing that goes against the trend lines, that is a risky platform to stand on, because the chances are you're betting on something that's not true. So I'd like to describe objective truth as that which has been established as true by virtue of large bodies of experiment and observations. And so once that has been established, and those who are doing the observations and experiments, typically these are scientists on a research frontier, then they go on to the next problem. They're sort of done with that because it has the hypotheses, the results have survived and have risen up out of all manner of experiments, some of which were designed to try to show that it's wrong. And then it turns out to be further support of what the idea is. So methods and tools of science, which we use, which are better than our senses at decoding nature. That is why science exists at all. Otherwise, we just walk around, just look at stuff and say, oh, that's what that must be because that's what it looks like. No, make a measurement. Question your assumption. Find another way to test the assumption. Get somebody else to test it. Maybe you're biased. Maybe you've got some that you don't even know. We're all human. Scientists are human. We all have the susceptibilities. We all have this sort of the baggage of the tree of life that got us here, where we're tribal. We want to believe things whether or not they're true. And science is the antidote to that. At least the methods and tools of science are the antidote to that. So the objective truth is something that we've established by experiment, and by multiple experiments, by different people in multiple ways. Now we move on to the next question. Those are the bodies of objective truths. And if you're going to establish laws or legislation, it would be wise to base them on objective truth and not some other truth someone puts forth.